All right, let's jump right into a brand new fantasy epic, one that builds its entire world on a truly terrifying idea. Today, we're exploring the very beginning of James Islington's The Will of the Many. The story kicks off with this absolute gut punch of a memory. We see a father covered in blood holding his young son over this deep, dark abyss, and with that one single word, he lets the boy go. It's a devastating moment, and it really sets the stage for everything to come. So, you have to ask, what kind of world creates a moment like that? Well, welcome to the Catanan Republic. It's a society completely obsessed with power and status, all governed by this incredibly rigid structure they call the hierarchy. And this pyramid right here, this is basically the blueprint for their entire society. It's all broken down into 8 distinct ranks. You've got the octavius way down at the bottom, and it goes all the way up to the princeps at the very, very top. Everybody has a place, and your rank, well, it doesn't just define your status, it defines your actual physical reality. So how does all this power work? It's all based on this concept called will. Think of it as your life force, your personal energy, your ability to focus. In the hierarchy, the people at the bottom are literally forced to give their will to the people above them. This makes the powerful stronger, faster, even healthier, but it's at the direct expense of the weak. It's a system where human beings are basically treated like batteries. And if you want to understand the sheer scale of this whole thing, just look at this number. A single princeps, one person at the top of that pyramid, is drawing life force, will, from over 40,000 people. It's an entire empire built on borrowed energy. So, what's it like at the bottom? To really understand that, we need to meet our main character in, well, one of the darkest corners of this world. He's a sharp, quiet orphan, and he's got a job as a guard in a prison that is basically the end of the line for the hierarchy's justice system. He is working right in the belly of the beast. And he knows it too. As he says himself, the prison is where the pretty facade of the Republic just gets stripped away. Down there, you see, there are no illusions about how this society really works. He sees that truth up close because of these things called sappers. They are the ultimate punishment. A sapper doesn't just lock you up. It hooks you up to a machine that constantly drains every last ounce of your will, your energy, your focus, leaving you in a kind of living death. The absolute horror of this is captured perfectly by one of the prisoners, a man named Nato. This is how he describes being on a sapper. It's not sleep. It's being awake enough to know that your life is just slipping away and you are completely powerless to stop it. Then, one night, something breaks the horrible routine. A high-ranking official, a sextus named Hospius, shows up. He's clearly on edge, and he demands they wake Nadio up so he can question him in a dead language, Vetusian. And here's the weird part. They both seem to understand it. Nadio completely freaks out and lunges at Hospius. In the chaos it follows, Vis throws himself in between them, falls backward, and his bare hands land right on the active sapper. Now, this should kill him. Instantly, it should drain every bit of will from his body. But nothing happens. He doesn't die. He doesn't even feel the thing. He scrambles away, terrified, but completely okay. Which brings up a huge question. Why? What is it about this that makes him different?
That little incident is a major clue that there's more to Vis than anyone knows. And to understand what that is, we need to look at the other part of his life, his very dangerous secret identity.
See, by night, this is an illegal fighter. He's risking his neck in these bare-knuckle brawls, not for glory, but for cash. Because for someone like this, money is the only way to get some control over his own life, his only shot at maybe escaping his fate. And, in the ring, he just doesn't make any sense. The other fighters, they're huge, brawny guys, but years of having their will drained has made them slower, their wits duller. This, on the other hand, is younger, leaner, and for someone of his rank, he's impossibly fast and sharp. He keeps winning, and people are definitely starting to notice. And that kind of attention, it has consequences. The woman who runs the fights, Eleanor, she tells him his next opponent is a sextus. This isn't just a fight. This is a punishment. It's meant to put him back in his place, permanently. So the sextus starts taunting him, hitting a nerve he really shouldn't have.
And something inside Vis just snaps. This cold, precise rage takes over. He moves with a speed and a ferocity that his opponent just can't handle. He doesn't just win, he absolutely dismantles a man who's supposed to be drawing power from 56 other people. But winning turns out to be a total disaster. He broke the big unwritten rule, and Octavius does not beat a Sextus. To protect her business, Eleanor has no other choice. She banishes him, cutting off the one thing that was giving him a fighting chance. So, in the span of one night, Vis has survived a fatal encounter and won a fight he was supposed to lose. And now his future is more up in the air than ever before. He drags himself back to the orphanage, beaten up, banished from his only source of real income. The one thing that was giving him hope is gone. He's at rock bottom. But the night's not quite over yet. When he gets back, he finds out a messenger came looking for him while he was out. Something unusual is going on. A potential adopter is on their way. And it's not just anybody. We're talking about a Quintus. That's a very high rank. And the recommendation came from Proconsul Manius himself. All of a sudden, the chaotic, random events of Vis's night feel dangerously connected. And all this leaves us with the question that really defines Vis's entire life. He has spent years trying to be a ghost, to go unnoticed by the system. But after this one night, very powerful people are suddenly looking his way. So in a world like this, what's actually more dangerous, being noticed or being forgotten?